Well, hello again, all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. John and Nelly of Georgia Bear Views back at you with another edition of Stout Sunday. All right. And joining me this morning, we have Mr. Michael Kormeroff, the Stout King in Brooklyn. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, everybody.
We've got Jean-Pierre, the Beverage Ramble down in Georgia. Good morning, John.
Good morning, John. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Mr. T. Good morning, everyone out there.
And that's right, Mr. T, the beer wonder, Ron Ontario himself of Louisiana Beer Views. Good morning, Ron.
Howdy.
All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it and see what everybody's drinking this morning. Starting with Michael. What are you drinking, Michael?
Mine is from Richmond, Virginia. It's called Hardywood Baltic Sunrise. It's a Baltic Porter, 9.4% and 55 IBUs. And this came in my Tavour, the beer that I got from Tavour. This is one of the beers that was included in there.
And where is Hardywood located?
Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia. Okay.
Josh is on some of the shows. Josh likes their beers.
Right. I used to be able to get Hardywood stuff down in Georgia, so their distribution is obviously pretty good.
They make a very good pastry stout that was in one of my Thursday things where I think two of their beers finished very high.
Right. Okay.
But I'm looking forward to doing it.
I would, John, if you can hear me, I'll go to you next. You can show us what you're drinking. Otherwise, we'll come back to you and just go to Ron, who's sporting.
Sorry about that. I'm just doing multitasking.
All right. Just
Mr. T, I got the same thing right now. I got the not something similar, but I got a white peach game. I'm gonna smoke. But anyway, the legendary and Guinness extra stout.
All right.
And I got some ribs that my brother made last night. That's in the oven right now. So I'm probably going to pair it with this and some sausage also. So my little late breakfast or Sunday brunch. Here you go.
There you go. Cheers to Miscellaneous in the chat. He says, cheers, cool cats. And then we've got Kyle in the chat as well. Says, cheers to you guys. Thanks for tuning in. All right. Mr. Terrio, what fine porter are you bringing this morning?
I remember we would barbecue. You put ribs on the grill. All right. I can't help that, John. It's a gift. You don't even know what I'm talking about anyway.
No.
Oscar Blues, Death by Coconut, 6.5% alcohol, and on the bottom it says, "What a way to die." Yeah, that's positive thinking. Okay.
All right. I do like the, they used to have just the black and silver label. I kind of like how they added the last couple of years when they changed the label, got some more color on the label, which is nice.
More character.
Okay. Yeah. So that leaves me. I've got one from Branch and Blade out of Keene, New Hampshire. This is their Always Anyways pastry stout with biscotti, chocolate, coffee, vanilla, and lactose. Clocks in at 8%. Alcohol by volume. Actually got to go to the brewery yesterday. Had a lot of fun. Had some good beers, some good food. So, and I didn't try this at the brewery. This was can only. So I got a couple cans to go. So we'll see how it is. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into all of these awesome beers. Let me pull up Michael, and we'll start with him. He can tell us about his Hardywood Baltic Porter, or Baltic Sunrise Porter. If you'll agree with me, let's see.
Okay, so I looked on the bottom of the can, and this can was canned on the 28th of January, which is less than 2 months ago. I wouldn't worry with a Baltic Porter anyway, but it's relatively fresh. Most of the stuff that I got from Tavour was relatively fresh, which is a good thing. Whatever. Anyway, this is what the can looks like. As I said before, it's a Baltic Porter from Hardywood, Baltic Sunrise, 9.4% and 55 IBUs. I already poured it, and that's what it looks like in the glass. The lighting is kind of weird here because it's fluorescent, but I think you can pick up the fact it's very dark brown, and the head is beige. And the head was bigger when I poured it. It seems to be fading, and now it's kind of a thin, but it's definitely dark brown. I'll try to look through it. Yeah, you're getting kind of reddish highlights as you look through it. So it's not an opaque beer. It's a porter. So you don't really get some of the stout effects that you'd get on, some stouts, which are opaque and you can't see through. But anyway, let's get a nose on it. Lots of coffee. Coffee and coffee roast. It does say on the side that it has Blanchard's coffee in it. So it's locally roasted coffee beans are included in this Baltic Porter. And you're getting the coffee and the roasted malts on the nose for sure. That's about all I'm smelling. Let me taste it. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, Michael.
Cheers.
Getting the coffee on the taste as well. It's kind of like Baker's chocolate you're getting as well. But there's coffee and heavy roasted malts. You can't taste the alcohol that much, though. So the alcohol's been masked well. Medium mouthfeel. I guess this could be dangerous. Goes down pretty easy. Trying to think what else I'm getting. It's almost like, and I think we've had porters like this also. You're getting kind of a silky smoothness to the beer.
Okay.
The carbonation is medium. And I think you can see the head keeps regenerating. So, and I don't know, the carbonation is pretty steadily coming up as well. Good head retention. I don't think I've ever seen Hardywood here in my market, but that doesn't mean it's not. It just means in the small circle of places that I go, my food co-op, local supermarkets and beer distributors, I have never seen it. But
what's the company, Michael?
Hardywood of Richmond, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
John said he had some in Georgia, so you might be able to find it.
Well, I've had like one of their big bomber. I think it was one of their stouts, maybe the gingerbread stout, or I can't remember. It's been years. It's not something that I've seen a lot of, but I have seen Hardywood before. Josh, who does a lot of the gets a lot of it, but again, he's in Northern Virginia, so it's not shocking that he's probably an hour out of Richmond, maybe an hour and a half. So he gets a lot of their stuff, and he's reviewed some of their stuff on the different channels. But this, like I said, came in my 15 pack, and I'm very happy with it so far. I think I've even added another check to the fact I'm happy I bought it. I've had a few of the dark lagers, the Schwartz beers that were involved, and they were above average too. So I still have, I haven't finished it yet. I still have 2/3 of it left, but I'm happy with it. And the $100 I spent also covers any shipping or tax as well. So it does end up being $6.65 a beer, which is a little on the pricey side, but you're getting a lot of high alcohol beers among those. And some of it I would probably find hard to get. So I've been happy with that aspect also. I'll come back with a number when we come back around. All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Michael. And
All right.
just in time, we got Jean-Pierre pouring up his beer. Why don't you tell us about your Guinness
Of
Extra
course,
Stout?
Guinness Extra Stout, the of course legendary 5.6% ABV, now being made not in Canada or in the United States, but back to Dublin at their brewery. So it is again one of these really iconic stouts. Very very mild, 5.6 again. If you take a look what the beer looks like. Some guy, I think what's his name is Nathan. I think he keeps saying, I pour aggressively in my beers in my glass. So I don't know. I just tend to tilt. I know Jay, you do yours straight down, right? Straight pour when you pour your beer. So, but whatever angle works, whatever works for anyone. So it doesn't matter. But a lot of head, as you can see up top. Really, not much really to say about this. It's just that it's very flavorful. Has a little bit of a coffee feel to it. Very minimal, if any, chocolate. It has a nice finish when it goes down with it. I know that many people use Guinness as add preparation for a meal, like a chili or a beef stew or venison, anything like that. They'll add a Guinness to this. Also, they said it also has some health benefits. Guinness, I think on the website, and if you go to Wikipedia or even at the Guinness website, they mention some of the health benefits of what Guinness. If you drink a Guinness beer, this and that. But obviously, you don't want to overdo it. That's just something we do not encourage. But overall, great smell. Here goes the taste.
Cheers, John.
Decent, good. Like I said, I took it out. I think the temperature to pour this or to have this, I think it was 40, 47, 45 degrees, somewhere in that range when they pour it. And then when you have it on draft, which by far is excellent on draft than cans or bottle. And I've seen some of the bartenders do it where they slowly pour and they let the foam come out and they pour it out and then they'll pour it back, redo it again. To make sure all that foam is gone. And when it comes out, talk about in pure enjoyment having this on draft. It's just an excellent, excellent stout by far. So, and again, and as I mentioned before, very popular within the Caribbean nations, particularly the West Indian nations. My family being from Haiti, they love this. Jamaican, Trinidadian, whatever. This is very, very popular. And if you go to a lot of these Caribbean restaurants, whether in the Northeast or down in the South, Guinness will be pretty much present, in those restaurants. So, this is just as good as it gets. And of course, we are 11 days away from St. Patrick's Day, so we all know this is going to be, quite popular beverage to sample and to enjoy. So. But anyway, that is, I'll give you my score coming up on the Guinness Extra Stout.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, John. Let's go to the Beer Wonder, Mr. Ronald Terrio, with one of my favorite Oscar Blues beers.
There it is. Been sitting out for a little while now. I think Michael's got some reverb going on.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I'm pouring it now. Pouring it. Yeah, it went away when you. Okay. It's dark brown, but it's not black. Has a beige head of foam. I haven't had this for over a year. Now, this is from the 2021 edition, right? We did a duo review in 2020, and David and I were shocked because it had no flavor. We were like, what's going on with this beer? It's supposed to have flavor. It's got nothing. We couldn't get over that. Let's hope it's made a comeback. So cheers.
Cheers, Ron.
Coconut, chocolate in the aroma, dark bread crust. It's got the coconut now.
Nice.
Let's see. October, November, December, January, February, March. So it's going on 6 months old, but that shouldn't matter really. It's 6.5. Body's thin like a porter. mild chocolate, strong coconut, death by coconut. They didn't say death by chocolate. If you don't like coconut, man, don't drink this because you're gonna hate it, right?
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're getting some flavor this time. I've always had good experiences with the Death by Coconut, but I remember you talking to me about some of the years that you've had have been pretty
That one
disappointing.
year, yeah, 2020, that 1 year, and we were like, "What happened? Did they
But
make
you
a
tried it. Yeah, didn't you try it multiple times just to like kind of give them the benefit of the doubt? Like maybe I just got a bad can or a bad batch, and then
I think I said I was no, I think I was saying I was going to do that, but I didn't get around to it. And then the next
okay.
year, and then I got it this year. I mean, it's possible that they could have made a batch and forgot to add the chocolate and the coconut, but I mean, that seems crazy. Crazy, like like
Yeah, that'd be a big mistake for Death by Coconut. Yeah.
yeah. But I don't know. It seemed like Oscar Blues was having a little problem there, but it's not too sweet. It's probably 2.5 out of 5 sugar cubes. Bitterness 1.5 hop cones, and that's pushing it. So if you don't like bitter beer, this might really work. It's not too sweet, not too bitter. It's thin bodied, not too strong alcohol. I drank that that quad pack yesterday. Quad stack.
Okay, I was thinking, wow, yeah, just one, not the whole 4-pack, because those things will.
Oh no, I drank 1 pint can. I felt like I got quad stacked.
Yeah, that's a good one from Pontoon. I really enjoyed that one. Yes, it will knock you on your you know where.
On your patootie.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, this was really nice, and I got it at Mathern's, and it was like $2.99 for the can. So Oscar Blues beers don't come cheap. That's the way it works. So thank you for what?
Hey, 1050 is not. I think it was $13.99 for a 4-pack of that. 1050.
I don't know. I bought a single can from Mathern's, and it wasn't too expensive. If it had been too expensive, I wouldn't have bought it. So, but thanks for letting me join this video examination event.
Absolutely.
John, I was going to mention, and we've discussed this, and I don't know what year it was. It could have been 2016, 17, 18. Doug and I reviewed one of those, and we found the coconut to be artificial tasting.
That's what it was. It was okay. So yeah, I remember Ron. Okay. So you and Ron both had not so great experiences with the Death by Coconut.
But I have not had it since, and like you told me to try another one. The call
I feel like you should give it. Yeah, I feel like
I can try another one because I'm not somebody who just gives up. But that was one I had. It could be a bad can. I mean,
yeah, it does not taste artificial. It doesn't say. It says coconut. It doesn't say anything, but they add an actual coconut to it. So.
Right. Okay. Well, here I'll pull my beer back up here. The Branch and Blade, anyways, always pastry stout, 8%. I don't think I mentioned this before, but it also says house-made biscotti actually added to the beer as well. So definitely a pastry stout in the truest sense of the label there. So yeah, coffee. All right, no head. I tried to rejuvenate the head there. I mean, there's a little thin film, but it's not sticking around. The appearance pretty much jet black. Yeah, I can't see anything through it, even when I hold it up to the light. So I'm just going to say jet black. The aromas with this, you're definitely getting the coffee. There's a little bit of like a milk chocolate. The biscotti aroma is coming through. Getting like kind of like a hazelnut type note on there on the nose. Either that or almond. I think they use almond. Let's see. Toasted almond roast coffee. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting the almond from the almond coffee that they're using in here. It smells really good. Maybe a little vanilla. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but definitely doesn't smell like 8%. It smells like it's going to be a really good dessert style pastry stout. So let's get into it. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, John. Cheers.
Cheers, John.
Cheers. Doggone it.
So yeah, palate follows the nose. You're definitely getting the coffee there, but it's not too strong. Just a nice roasty, toasty character from the coffee, as well as some dark toasted bread notes in the middle of the sip from the roasted malt that they're using. The vanilla kind of comes through once you get through that coffee and that almond coffee and that roastiness. You get a little bit of the vanilla on the back end to kind of smooth it out. The lactose does give it a pretty smooth, I wouldn't say like full on creamy mouthfeel, but it definitely has like a velvety smoothness to it, and it is really easy drinking. And none of the 8% alcohol is coming through on the palate either. Even as I swallow it down, there's no warming effect, no nothing. You could really get into a lot of trouble with this if you have a sweet tooth and you want to drink like a lot of heavy beers, then you can get carried away with this because the alcohol is not there, but it'll catch up with you for sure, I guess. Little chocolate on the palate as well. That biscotti flavor. Have you ever had biscotti? All the flavors kind of come together, and then of course they actually added some biscotti to the beer, so you're getting that flavor in there as well. The mouthfeel, a lot of times when you get these pastry stouts, you get a really thick, viscous feel to it, and I'm not really getting that with this. It's actually quite thin for everything that's in this, which is a little surprising. But it's a winner. It's definitely a wonderful stout. The flavors are on point. No carbonation, unfortunately. It's I would have liked a little carbonation. It's pretty much completely flat, but that does make it more smooth as you're drinking it. So maybe that's kind of what they were going for with the pastry stout type thing. I'm not sure. But it's really a wonderful beer. I'm enjoying it, and I'll come back around here in a little bit and give my final thoughts and rating on the beer. Really quick, I want to go back to the comments. We got a lot of people in the chat today. Oh, there's BC. He's in the chat. He says, "Good morning, everyone." He just got up, so that's why he's not here.
The best
Kyle
part
said,
of waking up.
look like a college student. Yeah, this is actually where I graduated from, Kyle, little university in Montgomery, Alabama. Let's see. Yeah. Everybody else is just kind of talking amongst each other. We got Josh, last beer in the chat, Jeremy. Russ is watching along with us, drinking a chocolate peanut butter pretzel moohoo here. I haven't had the pretzel version, but I've had other versions of the moohoo, which is from Terrapin, which is now Molson Coors, but originally out of Athens, Georgia. They still have the brewery in Athens, Georgia, but they are just under that Molson Coors umbrella now. Good stuff for us. And yeah, all right. So we're all caught up on the chat. So now we got to go back around. We're going to get the final thoughts and ratings on all of these wonderful beers. We got to go back to Michael and his Baltic Porter.
Okay, I really like this a lot, and it is definitely highly recommended. Josh, I noticed you're in the chat. If you can get this specific Baltic Sunrise from Hardywood, you should pick it up because it's definitely a good one. I am going to give it a 97. So it is definitely a world-class top edge thing. And like I say, as John's beer was, you'd have to be careful with it. It is 9.4%. It does go down really easy. The flavors are well balanced. And I guess if you don't like coffee, this would be a beer to stay away from because the coffee, which is added, does have an effect throughout the beer. I love coffee. So, I mean, to me, this is just something. I know there are people who don't like coffee as much, and maybe that might lower how you would rate it if you didn't like coffee, because it is both in the nose and in the flavor profile a very lead element. But I do like coffee, and that's why I rated it highly, and I do recommend it. And I guess I do recommend looking at Tavour, especially if you want to look at a whole bunch of different beers. And I'd be probably more afraid of doing an IPA pack from them, because then I might be more afraid of the timing. That you might get some that are maybe waning a little bit. But, when you're getting dark lagers, porters, and stouts, I think you're pretty safe that, they're good for at least 6 months. So I've been happy with it so far as buying that. And I'm happy with this beer. Should we wait show and tells until the next round?
Yeah, we're doing really good on time, so we'll come back around one more
Okay, so
time.
97 is my number and highly recommended.
And Josh there in the chat, you can see he says he has about 2 cases worth of old Hardywood stouts,
Wow.
including one that's 2016 bourbon barrel aged
Okay,
gingerbread.
so he likes the brand.
So he's got the connection on the Hardywood there. I need to make another trip to Virginia and get my hands on one of those. Okay, so we got a 97 in the books. Jean-Pierre, how's the Guinness Extra Stout treating you?
It's always treated me very well. And again, I think it's like certain bottles, certain things, when you see, it's just, when you look at a certain brand, you know what you're going to get. It's not going to try to do anything different here and there. It is what it is. It's kept to its same tradition. And still, like I said, still one of the world-class stouts out there. So I'm going to go 94 out of 100 for the Guinness Extra Stout.
All right.
So
a fair rating for a classic stout. Okay.
Going good with these ribs.
Have you had the foreign extra stout, John? The higher ABV one from them?
I've had the foreign stout. I had the foreign stout,
foreign
which was good. Right.
Okay.
And,
I didn't know. I don't think I've ever seen you drink that one. Maybe did you review that one on your channel?
I may have. I have to look back. I probably did.
Anyway, that one is the one that I. Yeah, it's not as popular in some areas. I know I could get it in Georgia, but it was only available at like a handful of stores, whereas the extra stout was everywhere. So
I'm noticing that since I've been up here that my uncle moved from Douglasville to Fairburn, and when I was out there, a lot of stuff that I see there that I don't see here in Dunwoody. So.
Well, Fairburn, you remember Fairburn is where the World of Beverages. That's the store I was telling you about. It's like a warehouse, a Walmart full of nothing but beer, wine, and spirits. Well, Ron Terrio and I actually went there when he came to visit. Really good selection, and they have all of the Guinness stuff. And anyway, we talk getting off track here, but if you're ever in Georgia, in Fairburn, Georgia, all you viewers out there in YouTube land, check out Fairburn World of Beverage. They have a great selection of beer, wine, and spirits. Okay, so we've got 2 A's in the books. We got to go to the Beer Wonder and see what his rating is on the Oscar Blues Death by Coconut. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I have high hopes because I haven't had it. I haven't had it in a while, and I want to get some. So, is it worth it?
Yes, this is me, Ronald Beer Wonder, and I just drank the Death. I don't know what the sound was. The Death by Coconut, and I'm gonna score it this year because like I say, things change. People change, things change. I'm gonna score it a 96, 9.6 out of 10.
All right.
An A, most excellent.
That's good. That's a weight off my shoulders. I'd have been worried if it got much lower than that. I always loved it. Yeah. So now, actually, that's the 2021. So they'll put it out again. This year, probably. What is it? September, October? When does it usually come out? You know,
something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So
okay.
I'm glad your week wasn't ruined.
Yeah, no, it would have totally devastated my week. I would have probably had to kick you out, put you in the basement. It would have been ugly. All right, so nothing but A's so far. That just that puts a lot of pressure on me with my always anyways, excuse me, pastry stout from Branch and Blade. I really like this beer. The body is. I usually never want more viscosity and thickness to a stout because some of the ones that I've had, like the pastry stouts that I've had, it's just too much, too thick, too crazy. This one would have actually benefited from a little bit more of something, maybe just a little bit of carbonation too. It's pretty much completely flat. But as far as the flavors, they're on point. You're getting the biscotti flavor. The almond coffee is a nice little touch. and then that vanilla, a little bit of vanilla sweetness, and the velvety smooth mouthfeel from the milk sugar. It's a 93 for me. Just getting into the A range. It's better than an A minus, but it's not blowing me away. But if there was a little bit more body and some carbonation to the beer, it would have gotten a much higher score. But it's definitely got all the flavors there. It tastes exactly how I think it should for what they were going for, but just a little bit more body would have really been nice. Because it is thin for a pastry stout, which I don't think I've ever said that before, because most of the pastry stouts I've had, like I said, they're just over the top with viscosity and thickness and more sweet too. Not this one does the sweetness well, because a lot of the pastry stouts are almost cloyingly sweet. This one is nicely balanced, which I really like. Just add some more body in there. But anyway, great job by Branch and Blade out of Keene, New Hampshire with this one. So really quick,
a lot of great breweries up there, John.
Yeah. Let's see. How's Friar Tuck wants to know how Georgia is treating John.
Awesome.
All right. And Massachusetts, yeah, I love it up here so far. We'll see. We'll give it a little bit more time, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Got my gal up here. I got some great craft breweries around. My job's going well, so everything's good. Jeremy made a comment earlier. He said, I look good. This is the first day that I haven't been sick since I moved up here. And it's, not far from, I mean, I have been sick like 3 times since I moved up here, and I was never sick down in Georgia, but I don't know.
Adjusting to the weather.
I don't know about all. Yeah. The weather. I love the weather. I love the cold. I was born for this kind of weather because I have extra insulation as it is. So
you got
it. But anyway, cheers to everybody in the chat. We got our ratings here, so I'm gonna go ahead and post that on the bottom.
And you got
all right. So now it's that time of the show where we'll go back around, and if anybody has some show and tell, we'll do that now. Final shout out, channel shout outs, whatever you got. We'll do that, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. So we'll start with Michael, if you're ready.
I am ready.
Right.
This Tuesday, Beer Man's Beer and Cheese Show will include a choice of a beer from England, Scotland, or Belgium with a cheese of your choice. And that's at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. People usually come on at 1:45, but the show doesn't start till 8 o'clock. And it's a good show. Beer Man does a good job. And he's working on his brewery, and I know he hopes to be able to start actually brewing sometime this spring, but I don't know when that's going to be. He had some logistical stuff to straighten out before he could get everything set up. This past Thursday, I did my regular group beer tasting, and people ended up not coming at the end. We still had 8 people here, which is a pretty good showing if you think about it. And the shocking thing was, an Evil Twin 5% Pale Ale was the winner. It beat out the Black is Beautiful. It beat out 2 other stouts. I mean, look, I was shocked. It was really good. If you see it, it's called Armory Ale from Evil Twin. It's only 5%. It's shocking how much taste they pack in for 5% beer.
It's always shocking when a 5% beer like that beats out a bourbon barrel-aged, vanilla-infused beer.
Maybe it's one of these, moments that just happens, once in a lifetime, but whatever it was.
How intoxicated was everybody when you got to the point where you rated all of these beers?
Well, the Black is Beautiful was the last beer we did. So
okay.
The other one, the Armory Stout, was probably maybe 4 or 5 beers before that. Probably the 7th beer we had, whatever. We also did another Rinskuzio, and it got flattened.
It bombed. I saw that. The effing awesome came in dead last.
The Lithuanians were crying because it finished dead last. But look, I rated it okay. And Derek, my friend, rated it okay. So we can't, some people said, "You're kidding. What is this?" It was like.
Now, Ron, haven't you had the effing awesome from Rinkusia out of Lithuania? I know you've reviewed a lot of their beers.
Rinkuskaya.
Rinkuskaya. There you go. All right.
I've had a lot of their stuff, but I can't remember exactly all the ones I had. I'd have to look it up.
Okay.
We get a lot of them, yeah, and then we getting a lot of ones from Poland these days from Brauerei Fortuna. We've been getting the you saw I had that blonde ale, that Imperial Blonde, golden ale that was what was it, 10%. The it's called what's the name of that stuff? From Fortuna. It's called Rinkuskaya makes a little bit more tricky products. You know, they're high alcohol, but they're a little tricky. Some of them will be good, and some of them will be, it'll make you gag. You know, but you can't really criticize them because they're like adventurous. Like they put out like crazy stuff. You know.
I'm gonna try another crazy brewski and another one because I think I always like the crazy brewski better. It's 1% less. It's only 15 instead of 16, but it's a little bit different. And I still can't believe that they actually put these names on. This is an Imperial Pilsner because it is not a Pilsner. I don't care what they say, unless in Lithuania they switch up what they mean. I have
That's
no idea.
A high gravity lager.
You know, it's a high gravity malt liquor.
It's the same
So,
thing.
you know, it doesn't matter. They try, like Jay said, they're trying to play games, and basically it's to get drunk, and people don't care. But you throw them in because it's a fun thing to see what kind of reaction you get. Now we didn't get any 2s or 3s. It still averaged 7.25, but we got some 6s. We got some 6.5s and 7s. So it wasn't highly respected, but it was, you know, it was fun. We also had a kombucha thing that was in there that was included, which I guess technically maybe wouldn't even be considered a beer, but she brought a can of it. And we did that. And I finished in the middle. So, I mean, you know, whatever. Okay, so as far as my show and tell, I think I've showed this before, but I think it's so cute that I want to show it again. This is from Hoppin' Frog. This came in my Tavor thing also. It's cool because it's an 8.45 ounce can from Hoppin' Frog, and they call it barrel-aged Pentuple, 15.4%. And so this is barrel-aged in mezcal barrels. I wish this was a 12-ounce can.
Wow.
But I'm sure I'll enjoy it. Now the other thing, and this is tremendous, which I have to show. Jay, you have actually reviewed the predecessor of this beer because I saw it on YouTube. This is from Spencer Trappist Beer Brewing in Spencer, Massachusetts, and this is their latest. It's called Monk's Reserve Ale. It's a Trappist quadruple at 10.2%, I think. Is it 2 or 4?
I did a number of their beers, yeah.
Because I saw on YouTube, you did when they first opened, you did one of their beers. But my friend Derek, who also came, brought me a whole 4-pack of this when he was home, and I think it's tremendous. So I'm a big fan of quadruples. I'm a big fan of Trappist breweries. It's funny, the one I visited when Audrey and I were in Belgium has since been decertified. Achel. Achel was the name of the brewery. Achel or Achel, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And once in 2020, the last monk moved out. And once there's no monk living on the property, it can no longer be considered a Trappist brewery. So they are still brewing. They're just a regular Belgian brewery now. And I assume their beer level would stay as high because they're still using the same formula. So I wouldn't think it would, that would drop per se, but it might drop the amount of people visiting it because some people like to go to Trappist breweries, to check them out. Belgium, I think, still has 5 others that are in existence. Holland has one. Germany has one. We have one in the United States. That's Spencer one. There might be one in Austria also. But they're few and far between. And the beers, I still have a beer that I brought back from Belgium with me that I never had. That's at least been stored for 3 years. That's a Bruin, 9.5% Bruin brown ale.
Okay, wow, that'll be interesting when you
And
finally
who
get
knows?
into
And I
that.
don't know if you probably didn't notice because I didn't bring it up again, but I still haven't done that Silent Night from 2014 yet. I thought of
Oh,
it at
wow.
this one with eight.
Okay.
I
Goodness
thought of it
gracious.
with
Yeah.
this one with the 8 people, but the way it was going, the beers that some of the other people brought up, I was getting, it's only 9%, but I was getting the combination just didn't work out. But I will do it. It's in the refrigerator upstairs. I'm going to leave it there, and the moment will hit me, and I'm going to do it.
I wouldn't wait too much longer. We talked about this before. 24. That's
we know it's past 7 already, and it would, if it makes it to November, that would be 8. So I'm going to try to do it for sure.
right. I mean, if the ABV was a little bit high, like maybe like 12 plus, I think you'd be a little bit more on the safe side. But you said it was only 9%, right?
It's only 9%. I try though to look at it, and I would think before it would get vinegary, the consistency of the beer would look different. I would think. Now I don't know for sure that's true or not, but it still looks good. You can see it through the bottle, and it's in one of the 25.4 ounce bottles with the cork. So we hope that there's not a carbonation issue, that it's been in that bottle for so long. But Stout Sunday next week, John, I assume you're hosting, and that's the
everything should be
13th.
good for the near future. If something comes up, obviously I'll let you know as soon as possible. But yeah, I should be
okay. And thank you.
I should be good. No more. Hopefully I won't be getting ill anytime soon, and I'm all settled in my new place, so we should be good to go for a while.
And we're going for record temperatures today in New York. It's supposed to get up to 70, which is very unusual.
So get out, have some fun today. It's supposed to be 81 here, and Jay, I know it's supposed to be even a lot warmer down there where you are. So
it's been cold though. Yesterday wasn't cold, but the day before it didn't get above freezing. So the stuff can fluctuate here a lot. It could be, now again, once we get into mid-March and it's not winter anymore, then it'll probably start staying pretty steady.
Yeah.
But we can still get cold weather in early March.
Right. Okay. Let's go to John next and see if he's got anything to show or tell us about. What's going on, John?
All right. Not much going on. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoy some of the videos I've uploaded. What's that one I just did? From the beer from Aldi's. Jay, help me with the pronunciation. Vinniskaner, I think that's what it is.
The Wernesgrüner?
Yeah. The beer from Aldi. Yes.
No, he's talking about Wernesgrüner, yeah.
Their version, right? The Aldi version of the wine. It's like their brand. It's like Wernesgrüner, I think.
Yes,
no,
it is excellent.
It's an actual distillery, but Aldi has the exclusive contract to sell it in the United States. Wernesgrüner.
Right. So Skoll exclusively
might as
Aldi.
well be in Aldi. Yeah, nobody else can get it.
And I've been very impressed. I was very impressed with that Pilsner. Really, I gave some to my brother yesterday, and he enjoyed it. As you probably saw on Facebook, I took some pictures. I was at the Sweetwater Brewery yesterday, having a good time, and I'm probably going to go back there to because I had to get back to his place because he was like cooking dinner, frying some fish, doing different things. So I didn't really do a full tour. So they're going to do a tour today at 1:00. So I'm going to head over there, do the whole tour of Sweetwater, and maybe hang out for a little while, and then I'll make my way back and. So that'll be now the third brewery I've been to here in Georgia. So yeah. Anyway, that's the two. That's the video, and another video I had done, the Rewired from Red Hair Brewing Company, their IPA, which is based in Marietta, Georgia. Couple of beer reviews I will be doing, especially this one I picked up on Friday, right here. Have y'all ever had this one?
Oh, that's the Tucker. Yes, I've had that one.
No.
Yeah.
I haven't had that one?
Okay. It is. It says malt liquor on it. Yay, malt liquor. It says malt liquor on it. Okay. ABV is. Where is it right there? Okay. The ABV is 5.2%. So yeah, I'm going to be reviewing that probably tomorrow afternoon when I get off work and upload that. But outside of that, not much else. Whatever beer I could get my hands on, you know me, is just, or wine or whatever. Hey, stay tuned, you'll see. But yeah. So it's been a good week, and looking forward to March and about to watch some college basketball tournaments about to start, and looking forward to that.
All right.
I was going to say something. I'm going to
Yeah,
say
good
something,
deal.
but I'm going to leave that alone.
Oh, uh-oh.
I ain't saying jack.
Yeah, this is I usually start watching college basketball this time, to see, watch some of the tournament. But this is, I just don't really get into college basketball like I used to. The year that Auburn went to the Final Four, I was really into it, but
Right.
unless something like that happens again anytime soon, I could care less. I don't know why. I guess
I'll be watching all the games. I'll definitely be watching some games today, and then next week with Selection Sunday, and then when the tournament starts, I'll be sitting my butt in the couch watching every game, rooting hard for all the teams.
Look like we'll have baseball anytime soon as far as the MLB. Either.
I think they'll start in May. I think they'll come to a resolution, realize they can't lose this much money.
I thought they
more
already.
hopeful than me.
I thought they already came to an agreement. They just pushed it
No.
back 2 weeks. They're still.
You can't
figuring it
even
out.
agree when to meet, so there's trouble.
Oh.
I think they are meeting today
yeah.
for some. Hopefully, they'll get
that's a
something
lot of
done.
money on the table. They'd be ridiculous. It'd be stupid not to come to some kind of agreement, because then people would just nobody's making any money off of.
Again, I'm with baseball. With me, I love seeing it in person, but watching on TV, I have to wait until October when I get with the baseball playoffs. That's when I watch. So Jay's shaking his head. I'm sorry, Jay.
I'd say watch whatever you want to watch. I have a different opinion about it.
Okay.
Sand Beach says he doesn't get any world-class stouts where he is. I don't know where Sand Beach is.
No, I think. Well, I thought maybe he was saying no world-class stouts here, as far as like the
Stout
ratings.
Sunday goes. Maybe that's what he meant.
Maybe Sam Beach is talking about the stouts in his or her area. I don't know. Anyway, let's go to Ron Terrio and see what he's got to show and tell next. I'm gonna go ahead and blow you up because I know you got some stuff ready to go. Or I hope you came prepared anyway.
Wednesday we have Joker's Law Wednesday. If anybody wants to join that, bring whatever you want. The rest of the month on let me check my calendar book. We got spring beers, and spring beers. Any beer that would be appropriate for spring, like St. Arnold's Springbok, for instance. I was at Total Wine yesterday. I made a trip over there for this reason. I wanted to buy this product. It's not listed on the company's website, so apparently it's probably sold under an alias name over here. But I couldn't figure out which alias they're using. But in the United States, it's sold as this.
Odessa
VSOP. It's got a new blue label because they won a first place prize last year. So I guess blue for, first place gold ribbon, a blue ribbon, gold medal. It used to be a cream colored label. And I asked Total Wine, I said, why y'all got the cream colored and the blue in two different spots? Well, he didn't really know why. Anyway, produced and bottled by Pratt OKZ Odessa, Ukraine. This is produced in Ukraine at a distillery that's been around since the 1800s, like 1803. And it's the largest. Yeah. Now they call it cognac. They're claiming it's cognac. Well, technically cognac's only supposed to be made in France, but they say, I guess they don't care what France says about that. But this bottle says brandy. But if you look on the company's website, it's talking about cognac. Oh, well, it's the same thing, really. This is from 2021, the bottle. And it's a pretty interesting bottle. So I figured I better get something from Ukraine now. I'm not joking, because the next time you get these bottles, it might say produced in Russia, So
and the price will probably be a lot higher when you buy it.
Yeah, you want to guess what I paid for this?
Knowing all the deals you get, I'm gonna guess $30.
No. I bet he got it for like $12.99.
Full size bottle. They had all kind of sizes. They had the tiny bottles, the half size, the full size, the huge size. Yeah, $11.99.
Oh,
Oh, I was close.
John, you were off a penny.
$1. I said
$1.
yeah,
Now,
$1.
I want to see. I bought a bunch of liqueurs, little sample bottles, but you don't want to see all that. You want to see the beer I bought at Total Wine and More?
Let's see it.
Of
Let's see.
course, the beer
And I've
is
been doing-
that's where it's at.
And I've been doing taste challenges, y'all. In the morning, in the afternoon, I did a bunch of malt liquor taste challenges.
I enjoyed the one you did with Mickey's and King Cobra. That was a tough one for me to pick. I like both of them, but I lean towards Mickey's than Casey.
Yeah, Mickey's easily won that.
Yeah. 5.6%. I get the stubby bottles here, and then if I go another part of town, I could get the big 40-ounce glass bottles.
Now, Bibulous Brian, who does good videos. Oh, the glass bottles. Yeah, I got a glass 40-ounce bottle. Bibulous Brian, who does good beer videos, he was contacting me and saying, you want to do beer trading? I said, I don't do beer trading. I'm going to tell you, too much of a hassle. I got so much beer I can buy here, I can't even keep up. But he said, I want to send you beer. I want to send you beer. I said, I don't recommend doing that. It's a big expense and it's a hassle. But he insisted. I said, okay. I got another guy that insisted on sending me the Genesee Bach, and I never got it yet. I'm going to be going after him because I don't like people that's no, I mean, I'm serious. I don't like people that's aggravating me. Like, oh no, I really want to send you this Genesee Bach. I'm like, okay. And then it doesn't come in, you know, that makes sense, right? If you're not going to send it, don't bother the people about it. But Bibulous Brian did send me these products. One of the things he sent me was Hardywood.
Ah, okay.
Fightin' Hokies in this little stubby bottle. It's actually a 12-ounce bottle. Hardywood Fightin' Hokies. It's a beer officially sponsored by the University of Virginia Tech University, the Hokies. And it's a lager beer, 5% alcohol, sort of like the craft beer Budweiser for the Virginia Tech Hokies. So that's pretty interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a cool. I like the label, and the stubby bottles are always really cool. I think Coors is one of the only macro breweries that still uses the stubby bottles for the Coors Banquet.
Coors Banquet and natural light beer.
Natural, okay.
And then he sent me other beers too. I can't show everything. And I really appreciated Bibulous Brian. I was at Total Wine and I saw this for $20.99 a 4-pack, so I bought it.
Yes, you will not be disappointed. I've already had one and I really enjoyed it. So
yeah.
KBS Hazel.
I've seen that. Yeah, 4-pack goes for like what of that at the one store I saw was like what
$22.99 most places. Yeah. Some places $24.99.
The team was $19.99 for 4-pack.
Okay, well I got it. Oh, $19.99. I got it for
$20. Well, if you can get it for $19.99 a 4-pack, that's a really good deal.
I got it, yeah, because I got it for $20.99.
So I'd rather go get a single, but I know one spot could get singles in Sandy Springs, but
I didn't see singles, and I said, you know what? If I don't buy it, I'm gonna be regretting it. So $5.25 a bottle, it better be great. You know, if it doesn't score a 99 or 100, I'm gonna be angry. You know,
I'd be shocked if you gave it less than a 99.
That good, huh?
It's pretty dang good, yeah.
As we've discussed, John, I can't get Founders at the co-op anymore, so I do not see a lot of it around. I don't. I mean, like the place.
Unfortunately, yeah, that would be one that you'd make a little. You make.
No, if I see it, I would be willing to pay $21 for a 4-pack.
Oh yeah, you definitely. I mean, we all know. I mean, with our experience with Founders in the past, especially.
I was never down on it. You know, if you bring up a discrimination suit, whatever. Oh, look what he's got. Carbox.
Oh, that's
we don't want to get into that discrimination suit because I could accuse anybody of anything. And people say, what's your evidence? What's your evidence? I don't need evidence. How dare you ask me about evidence? The fact that you asked me about evidence means that you're obviously racist. All right, anyway, Carbox. I saw this yesterday at Total Wine. Carbox Southern Wheat. Belgian White Ale. So I don't know if it's any good, but it wouldn't be a bad idea for a spring beer, right?
No.
Right.
Now, and the label says 100% chance of deliciousness. So they're pretty bold out there. 100% chance of deliciousness.
I have never had a Carbox beer, unfortunately.
It's in Houston, Texas.
They're out of
It's Houston, Texas on Carbox Street. And David and I toured the brewery.
Right.
Drunken One.
The old Drunken One actually
Drunken
sent
One
me
lives
some beer
outside
mail one
Houston,
time.
is always doing them. So I've seen him reviewing them before.
Yeah. I've actually had a beer mail package sent to me from Drunken One that had Carbox beer in it, but it never made it. Never made it to me. John, we got some.
John, with that addiction. Here's St. Arnold Springbok. I bought that.
Oh wow. Yeah, St. Arnold, man. They've got some really good stuff. Too bad.
Yeah. We toured that. We toured that, but that turned out to be a bad tour because the girl that was leading the tour said they let us drink when we do tours, and she was so drunk and obnoxious that my friend David was like, "Let's quit this tour," because the girl was just lit up. It was crazy.
Gosh.
Oh, it was terrible.
All right. Well, I don't really have any show and tell. I'm just going to say that I went to a couple breweries yesterday. I went to Modest Man in Keene and also Branch and Blade, with a brewery that I featured today with the Stout. I got a lot of beer from them, so be looking for some reviews coming up from those two breweries.
Are you, John? Are you still going by the name Georgia, right? Beer reviews.
Still doing the Georgia beer review thing because I've lived in Georgia for so long.
Leave it going. Keep it going. Keep it going.
But I still actually have 5 or 6 beers from Georgia in the fridge that I got to review. So as long as I continue to review some Georgia beers every now and then, I don't feel like I really should try to rebrand my entire channel. I've been doing this for a while, and everybody knows me as Georgia Beer Reviews, and I am from Georgia, so there's already a Massachusetts Beer Reviews and a New England Brew Reviews, and the market's flooded up here.
Hey, one more thing. Here's a deal I got at Mathern's, all right?
Oh, okay.
I know you got to get off the air.
We're good. The Naked Grape. Okay.
I've never had a box wine.
Okay, box wine. I was gonna say, it stays fresh for 30 days, so you pour it. Where's the spout?
Over here, you bust it open.
Oh, okay.
What's the ABV on that one? Most of these mezcals tend to be like at the highest, tend to be 10, right? 10%.
This is it's from Modesto, California. In other words, E&J Gallo, of course. It's a 3 liter. It's a 3 liter bag. It's equal to 4 bottles of wine. And the ABV on it is I'm gonna find it. Hold on. I know it's on here. It's got to be on here. It's a law. I think it's 8%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 8%. 8%. You're right, Jean. And this was $5.99.
It's not bad.
Woo,
$5.99. That's $1. That's $1.49 a bottle.
I guess you save money with the paper and plastic packaging versus the glass.
It's usually about $15, but they were getting rid of it, so they were
okay. I'm like, that's ridiculously low. Like,
yeah, it'd be great to go. It'd be great to take on a picnic or an outdoor concert, which now we'll be seeing more of those now that we're done with Omicron and all the other variants for COVID. I cannot wait to get out to the park and go enjoy some shows and have a good time.
All right. And Michael and I, the only other announcement I have is Michael and I, and I think Bumpy as well, are going to do a Jack's Abbey House Lager examination. Of course, anybody's welcome to join. They are out of Massachusetts, and I don't know how far the distribution goes. But if you can get a Jack's Abbey House Lager, we're going to be doing that. Is it next week, Michael, or the week?
Yes, next week. So not this week coming up. A week from.
Okay.
Then tell Bumpy that when you speak to Bumpy, see which day is good for him to do that week, and whatever it is, I'll do another show with somebody else before, and then we'll do it like we did the last time. Start at like 9 o'clock if we can.
Yeah, that'll be fine. So yeah, I guess that's it.
Okay,
We'll go ahead and
thanks
wrap
for
it up. We've
hosting,
been going
John.
on right around an hour. So I want to thank my panel, Michael, Jean-Pierre, Ron Ontario, for joining this morning. I want to thank the chat. We wouldn't be here without you guys. Some great comments in the chat this morning. We really appreciate it. So go enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy your family, your friends, your sports, whatever it is that you do with your life. And we'll see you here all next week at 10:30 Eastern right here for Stout Sunday. Cheers,
Have a good
everybody.
week, everybody.
Later.